Let's talk about a really simple practice you can implement into your own life that's going to give you back 5 times the amount of time you spend doing it. That means that for every 20 minutes you spend doing what I'm going to talk to you about doing in this video, you can expect to get about an hour and 40 minutes back. And before we go any further, you need to know I didn't invent this. It's actually an ancient practice that's been around for thousands of years. We just don't do it a whole lot here in the United States because people have 2 main objections. I'll talk to you about those in a second. But if you haven't figured it out yet, the main subject of what we're talking about here is some form of a meditation practice. Now, as soon as I say that, I can already hear your 2 biggest objections because they're probably the same 2 big objections that almost everybody who doesn't meditate has to jumping into the game of meditation. The first is, I don't have enough time. There's no way I can carve out time in my day to meditate. Well, I want you to consider that there are only 2 things that you can do with your time. The first is spending your time, which is a phrase you probably use a lot. You spend time doing whatever it is you're doing. You spend it and you don't necessarily expect to get anything back. The second thing you can do with your time is invest it. And when we say the word investment, it just means that we expect that we're going to get something back for what we're doing. So consider meditation an investment of time. Because remember, you're going to get 5 times the amount of time you spend in the practice back in your day. And I use that because that's roughly what I've gotten since I started my meditation practice 6 years ago. Now, you hear 5 times your time back and you think, how is that possible? Like, tell me how that works. Well, picture meditation kind of like hitting the reset button. It's going to clear out a lot of the junk that just gets piled into your brain through all of the stimulation that's coming at you every single day, all day. So it's going to clear all that out and leave you with this place of clarity. And over time, what I've found is a meditative process helps me increase my focus. And so I can get a lot more done a lot faster than I used to be able to before I started meditating. Now the question comes down to how much time do you actually need to spend to get any sort of benefit out of a meditative practice? Now you might think because you've seen monks in Tibet that meditate for hours or days or sometimes even weeks that that's what it takes. But in reality, you can fit a good meditative practice into whatever time you have in your day. I've seen benefits from 3-minute meditations all the way up to 20 minutes. And just so you know, I meditate 20 minutes twice a day, and I didn't start there. I built up slowly over time because it's kind of like exercising a muscle. It will get stronger over time. That muscle happens to be your mind. Now that leads us to the second objection, where people would say, I can't keep my mind still for any period of time. Try to keep my mind still for 15 seconds and we're winning a gold medal with that. The purpose of meditation isn't to not have any thoughts. It's not to have this completely still mind. It's simply to notice when you are having thoughts and coming back to some sort of anchoring activity. So an anchoring thing in meditation would be either the feeling of your breath, maybe as it passes in through your nose and out through your mouth. Or it could be as simple as feeling your butt sitting in the chair that you're sitting in while you're meditating. So when you have a thought and when you notice that you're having a thought, you simply come back to your anchoring thing. Now, don't worry if you think you may be thinking for a long time before you even notice it. That's all part of the practice, which, by the way, that's why it's called a practice. There's no perfection in meditation. It's simply doing it over and over again consistently that's going to help give you the benefit that you would want in that 5-time return on your investment that you get through the clarity and the focus that comes through meditation. So assuming you can get over those 2 major obstacles, your next question might be, well, how? Like, where do I get started? What's the simplest possible way to do this? And if that's a question you've got, that's absolutely awesome. And that's a question that I had is how do I get started? Because I was already convinced that I needed to start because I read this book years ago called Tools of Titans, where they interviewed hundreds of top performers in whatever category they were in all around the world, and 95% of them had a meditative practice, but they didn't say how to do it. So I'm going to give you a very, very simple meditative practice that you can try on and see how it goes. As a matter of fact, try this out. Let me know how it goes in the comments. All you need to do is find a quiet place, have your phone with you, Set it on airplane mode so people aren't texting and calling you while this is happening, and set a timer for 3 minutes. Sit in a chair for 3 minutes with your eyes closed and just focus your attention on your breath. I would recommend breathing in through your mouth, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. And just repeat that process over and over again for 3 minutes until the timer on your phone goes off. And remember, if you catch yourself thinking, no problem. Just go back to the anchor of your breath. Give that a try, and maybe give it a try for 7 days straight. Just 3 minutes a day for 7 days straight, and see how you feel after that. Remember to let me know in the comments for that. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be posting some guided meditations where I will talk you through guided visualizations and things that you'll be able to use to help gain clarity and focus and build up energy inside your body so you can go out to the world and create all the big things you've always known you were capable of, but never quite got all the way there. All right, that's it for this video. Tremendous gratitude for you being here and watching for this long. I'll see you on the next one.